Ads are everywhere. It doesn't matter where you go. Sometimes it's obvious.
You like music? The pill.
Sometimes it's subtle.
Dr. Pepper, baby.
And sometimes they just harass you. Buy this, you have to get this. You'll be amazed by the amazing POV shots you can get with this. For some reason, TikTok has just been shoving its TikTok shop down my throat, and I don't know why. So I decided to do the only decent thing, just give in. That's right, I'll be buying TikTok shop items to see if they're any good, instead of, I don't know, I guess just blocking the accounts? Too late, I already bought the products, tested them, I'm shooting this at the end, let's go. This hoe got roaches in her crib, signed by the man himself, Quan Mills.
It's me again, international best-selling author Quan Mills, and I need your help.
Man, I only got 10 pages in, and in those first 10 pages, we have over 60 swears.
Chapter 1, Chapter 1.
33 insults for the alleged hoe.
Fredquisha was now in possession of a plump, undefined midriff. Remnants of what was once a thick butt now resembled two steroid-injected brown potatoes.
6 vulgar references to various sex acts, and over 45% of its word count going towards just describing things.
Fredquisha's murderous gaze was laser-focused into 5 black brownish roaches. They ranged in sizes.
I did not like this. Again, I could not get more than 10 pages in before it was like, what is this? This is gross. Which I think is the point of the book. I'm pretty sure that the point of this is to upset you. So, for this hoe got roaches in her crib, this hoe's out. I'm gonna go mess around with something that will probably make me feel a little Okay, it is now time for the thing I am both most nervous but also most excited for. I got a blowtorch off the TikTok shop. I have gotten, I swear, hundreds of TikToks about this blowtorch that I'm gonna be trying today. There is a little bit of instructions. It says, Winken Uber straight, okay, hold on, sorry, wrong side. Okay. Never pass 45 degrees, never up or down, never upside down, don't shake, and don't leave on idle. Never burn for more than 2 minutes at one time. Okay, here it is. It's got a little spark in there.
I remember when I lost my mind.
Here's my propane. I'm a little nervous that when I twist this on, it's gonna like blow up in my hand. Let's see. Oh. Yeah, baby. First thing I'm gonna do is something very responsible and melt something. I don't know what I expected to happen, but that's so fun. Oh no, I got chocolate on my... Howdy. For this next test, they do this really stupid thing. When they dunk their perfectly dry sticks in water and then try to burn it, it's gonna burn really well because the sticks themselves are not actually wet in the middle. I waited until it actually rained, and these sticks have been out in the rain to see if this will actually do what they claim, which is start the fire. So let's see. Okay, so what you can see is actually happening in the fire is all of these small pieces burned up pretty quickly. but anything that was very thick burned almost exclusively on the outside because all the water is soaked up into the wood. It's super hard. You have to get a fire super, super hot to get it, and you have to start slow and get a very hot core going before you just expand into a giant fire. This is good at starting your fire, but you're not going to be in the rain in the middle of the woods, a bunch of wet sticks, and just be able to build a regular fire and use this. You're going to have to be smart about the kind of fire that you build. But if this is all dry wood, we'd have a nice clean fire for a long time. We could throw a log on it and it'd be fine. But this just all those small pieces burned up, and it didn't catch on any of the big stuff the way it would normally would with the fire. For our next test, I'm going to be blowing up a can of Dr. Pepper, or at least seeing if I can. Okay, no, I'm not an idiot, all right? I'm not going to blow this up. But in order to do this, I am going to have to get myth busting. Did you get it? Yep. Oh, hold on. Ah! Dude, it just busted off the top. Okay, so it's safe to say that it worked. Yes, using a blowtorch on a soda can will make it explode. Thing is, though, I have no idea what that looked like because I couldn't see anything in that box. I wanted to make sure that there was no sugary hot soda raining down on me from above. But I hope it was cool, and I imagine it was cool. I'm gonna have to leave it to editing justice to actually tell whether it was cool or not. So I guess go to him. I thought that was pretty cool. It wasn't as big of an explosion as I was expecting. I really thought that it would explode from like right where I was pointing the nozzle, but it just exploded off the top. So I would rate it 7 out of 10 for explosions. The next test. Can I make s'mores? Perfectly blackened. If I can get this thing to hold on straight. Look at that. Perfectly blackened. Let's go, boy. Oh gosh, they dropped both of them. Okay, I gotta restart. All right, let's give it a try. Honestly, it kind of has a propane taste. It definitely does. These are the TikTok translating headphones that I have gotten, I kid you not, thousands of.
What are you doing?
Let's give these a shot. I have not downloaded their app yet. According to their instructions, I have to download their app in order to translate. Okay, say me. I can log in on this. But anyways, so there's several different modes in here on how it would translate. One is just free talking to each other, which I would imagine be like the best use case. And there's one where I would imagine would be the best one, where each of you wears a headphone and then it just translates whatever is said. Hola, mi llamo es Justice.
Hola, mi amar San Justicia.
Hola, mi amo es Justice.
Hola, mi amos. Justice.
Okay, my pronunciation might just be that bad because it's just keeps thinking it's English and translating it back to English. Hola, mi amo es Justice.
Hola, mi amor ese justice.
Hola, amigo.
Hi, friend.
So my pronunciation, that's just that bad. They have different ways that you can translate. Now, they also have an AI dialogue mode. Now, that AI dialogue mode is basically a chat GPT where I can click and speak to it and say things like, why should you exist? AI chatbots need to just go away, especially if you're doing any kind of generative imagery or video. What do you say? It cut me off.
Hello. I'm your AI assistant, ready to help with questions, tasks, or creative projects.
You can't interrupt it.
How can I assist you
I want
today?
to interrupt it.
I want to make sure I
Stop
understand
talking.
you correctly.
Stop talking.
By
Stop
EA
talking.
chatbots,
Stop
do you mean
talking.
chatbots
Stop
from
talking.
Electronic
Stop
Arts,
talking.
the game company?
Stop talking.
Hello. I'm your AI assistant.
Next up is voice notes. So let's give voice notes a try. My sister had a baby and I took it over after she passed away, and my baby lost all of its legs and arms, and now it's just a stump, but I take care of it with my wife. So what is different about this than just like regular? My sister had a baby and I took it over after she... Oh! It actually records your voice, so it records your voice and writes it as text. That's actually pretty cool. I could see that being useful. Let's go out and give this thing a try. I'm gonna try this thing out in public. Let's just see what happens. Hi, I'm back. As soon as I was in public trying to use these, I realized that I was trying to listen to someone else's conversation, and it felt very weird to be trying to listen to that. Now, that was all made far worse, honestly, just because of how much these don't work. If you want to use these headphones, you basically would have to wear one side, have the other, and be pointing it. I'm not listening. No, I'm not listening. Just keep talking. It felt very weird, and I stopped within, I don't know, 5 seconds because of how uncomfortable it made me. But there's one more thing that we need to talk about with these headphones before we move on, and that is that pesky little login page we saw earlier. I went to that login page and I saw that you could sign up with an email, password, your Gmail, all of which I thought was very weird. I've never had to log in to use like headphones or whatever. That's never even been an option. Before I did that, I wanted to look at the privacy statement and the user agreement because I just like reading those before I just sign away my data. And I noticed some things that I would love to just like dive into real quick. Now, there are lots of weird things within this privacy statement that are just weird. They want to track your IP address, your phone serial number, and even your MAC address. All of these things are very specific to you and your device. All of these are unique to you. Most things want to trap your shopping habits so that they can sell you more as a consumer. And even maybe your device type and your firmware so they can track failures and bug issues. Like, these data points are specific to you and your device alone. They are very much tracking you. And the email given in the privacy policy and user statement for any kind of information or request of data removal is all at some dumb @gmail.com, not a corporate email. That's what's getting all information about your device, your IP address, all things that are unique to you that can be used to track your location, history, anything like that is all being given to some guy with a Gmail account. So these, while they're cheap, $6 headphones that sound like crap, but they do translate as long as you're intentional about it. Are they worth it? I would say absolutely not, especially not with that privacy data issue. Sure as heck aren't worth the $60 that apparently these are supposed to cost, but I've only ever seen them for like $7 at the most. Next thing.
Quelle est une bonne transition vidéo?
Next up, we have the TikTok scroll wheel. Now, this is a ring you're supposed to wear on your finger as opposed to your... you use the ring to scroll TikTok while you're working out. So, let's go put this to the test. Am I out of frame? Okay, so this is the first test of this ring. You're supposed to like work out with it and use the ring to scroll instead of using your finger. So we're gonna give it a try. I did not like that. That makes me feel nauseous just sitting here, just trying to like watch a TikTok while you're out for a run. I think I'm gonna throw up. I feel very nauseous.
I think you're supposed to do that on a treadmill.
No. No, people are running. No. So it seems to work so far. This is not the fault of the device, but I will say it feels very jarring, at least to be jogging and trying to watch short form content, because it's just kind of bouncing. Each video is a new premise, a new thing, there's text. So here's the thing that I quickly discovered about this TikTok Shop scroll wheel ring thing. It's that it kind of sucks. This ring basically only has 3 functions: scrolling up and down, single tap to pause, double tap to like, that's it. I can't swipe left or right, which the whole point of the ring is to avoid doing this. The whole point of it. I found myself having to touch my phone way more than I thought I would have to by using this ring. And because of that, I just don't think it's worth it, especially when I was moving on to test 2. Okay, next test. Honestly, no, this is a bad angle. We're not doing that. All right, hold on. Oh, okay, next test. This one's bad too. I think I just feel uncomfortable laying down on camera. Okay, test number 2. Bed rotting. Watching TikToks in bed, supposedly never been easier. You just lay down in bed and you use the phone stand that conveniently comes with this thing, which is actually kind of nice. I will say that the only thing that I miss is the comments. I can't open the comments. Like all these videos show people all cuddled up in blankets and they're all warm and snuggy. They're just not getting to read comments or look at any slideshows, which, man, that's just really makes, in my mind, this ring not worth the, what, $8 I spent on it or something like that. This one, also a bust. Okay, our next product is an under-the-pillow speaker.
A Happy Meal is all it costs to turn your pillow into a speaker.
Have you ever seen a speaker with no sound?
Why is this speaker on, but there's absolutely no sound coming out?
I like to watch content while I sleep. Sometimes it's a podcast. Sometimes it's just a movie review or something. I always have Raycons in, but those always fall out and I'm always trying to find them in the morning. They just don't stay put overnight because I'll just roll over. So rather than just playing it out loud and bothering my wife, I'm actually going to be trying to use this thing overnight and see if my wife can hear what's being played. So first of all, let's get it connected. I can't hear it underneath the pillow. I cannot hear it at all. I can barely hear it. Let me try turning it up. It sounds kind of distant, but I can still hear it. This is something I think I'm actually gonna take this thing home and try it with my pillow. And I wonder if this will actually work for me.
Several weeks later.
I finally found something that I really like out of this list. This under-the-pillow speaker is amazing. Dude, it's so great. All the time, my Raycons fall out of my ear. and I hate that so much. I've tried all different kinds of headphones, over the ear, in-ear headphones, no matter what, they're uncomfortable, and I end up just losing them in the bed, and I'm scrambling for them at 5 in the morning, and I hate it. It's so annoying. This thing I have fallen in love with, and also, so is my wife. Now this, I will say, this does not work super well with a super fluffy pillow. If you've got, I don't know, a bunch of goose feathers or whatever in there, it doesn't like push the sound through the pillow that well. But it does work very well on my cooling memory foam pillow. And I love this thing to death. I have used it pretty much every night since I've gotten it. You know, I can put on whatever. I can put on some good old Kitchen Nightmares and fall asleep listening to Gordon Ramsay scream at somebody.
And tell me, when you work like a pig, you French pig!
Yeah, you know.
May I have your attention, please? The library will be closed in 30 minutes. Computers and all printing servers will turn off in 20 minutes.
Thank you for scaring me. I no longer have to go number 2. So I've been trying these products for a couple weeks, so now it's time to rate them. I'll be using 3 metrics. 1, did the product work? 2, did I enjoy using the product? And 3, will I ever use this again, or will it sit in a drawer for the next decade unused? This hoe got roaches in her crib. For does it work, it gets a 5 out of 5. It's a book. But it does get a 0 out of 5 for enjoyment, because that book still makes me uncomfortable. I did not enjoy reading that at all.
It's me again, international best-selling author Quan Mills, and I need your help.
Next up, the TikTok Flamethrower, and this has to be the most enjoyment I've ever got out of a product for this price point, because dude, this was so fun to use. I get it, I'm a guy, I like fire. Fire makes my caveman brain be like, yes, ooga booga, give me that fire. And it works, I don't know, I love it to death. I'm gonna be using this literally as often as I can. I'm actively trying to come up with reasons to start a fire. So, keeping all that in mind, it gets a 5 out of 5 for does it work, and it gets a 6 out of 5 for enjoyment. The wireless translating earbuds, honestly, I'm gonna give them a 2 out of 5. While they do work, they don't work as advertised. The big selling point was the eavesdropping, and they literally just can't do that unless you're in the person's face when you're doing it. For that reason, I'm gonna give it also a 0 out of 5 for enjoyment, because it made me very uncomfortable trying to eavesdrop on people who are just going about their daily lives not thinking that I know what they're saying. And yes, I get it, they are saying that stuff in public, but maybe they still are saying something that I don't need to hear. I don't know. Either way, it made me very uncomfortable. Also, with all that data crap, there's no way I'm ever connecting those headphones to my phone again. Hola, mi amo es Justice.
Hola, mi amar San Justicia.
The TikTok scroll reel. I'll give it a 3 out of 5. It does work. You can scroll with it, but that's it, you know? So it gets that 3 out of 5 because, again, there's so much stuff you can't do that I would want to do in order to use this product. Enjoyment, I'm gonna give it a 2 out of 5. I really did not enjoy this product very much. I think that it just, again, it doesn't have what I want it to have, and if I were to actively use this, like while I was on a treadmill, I would want to be able to view a slideshow, look at comments, other stuff. So there's possibly other scroll wheels that would actually work better for me than this one, but this is the one that kept getting advertised to me, so this is the one I got. The pillow speaker was by far the most practical purchase out of all of them. This is something that A, works great, so it gets that 5 out of 5. And I really enjoyed the sound space that it creates, if that makes sense. So it gets another 5 out of 5. Also, I think I've used this product almost every night since I've purchased it. This is not something that's going to sit in a drawer unused for forever. This is something that I will continue to use until it dies or I die, I guess.
And tell me, when you work like a pig, you French pig!
Yeah, you know what?
In conclusion, don't let these TikTok ads fool you unless it is the pillow speaker or the flamethrower. Alright, you guys, thank you for being the people that justify me wanting to buy these TikTok items. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please subscribe, like, tell me what's something on TikTok that you've been harassed by. Maybe I'll buy it and try this again. Alright guys, have a blessed day, and I don't know, howdy ho. Wait, that's like an intro, not an outro. Heidi hey?